Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike. It is Thursday, the 5th of February. This is your daily recap. It's been a very tough day in the market here in terms of we've seen a lot of weakness come into the market, and we'll go over that in a minute. Let's start off with the VIX. The VIX, we talked about this morning, we've had five very volatile days on this thing, and here we are with a move up above 20 and out of the Bollinger Bands with 18 minutes to go, likely to close out of it. That means it is a risk-off environment. Now, I do have some risk on. I'll go over that, but overall, you want to be more careful here to see how far this is going to go. Let's jump over to the S&P 500. All right, we gapped down. We tried to bounce early. We couldn't hold. We rolled over. We put a low in, and then we bounced here into this 675 area. 670, 690 is a 3% pullback. All right, we came down. We hit that already, 3% off the recent highs, and we have broken this series at this point of higher lows. That's important, right? The series of higher lows is now broken. All right, we've taken that out here, and we need to now see, how this is going to play out and what the market wants to do. The Qs have been absolutely murdered, right? They're down worse. Never changes. These numbers are still good. We're down over 3%. The Dow held in better. The IWM was trying to hold but capitulated to the 50-day. Bonds up, flight to safety there. One of the big problems today has been Bitcoin. Bitcoin is getting absolutely slaughtered. Okay. You're seeing margin calls. You have a lot of leveraged people and leveraged companies that are scrambling here. And this is coming into the market, right? As they have to sell to maintain their Bitcoin position, they're selling good assets. Think of your NVIDIAs, your AMDs, right? Your Metas, Teslas, whatever else they have out there, right? So this is coming into the market at this point, and this is causing problems. And, here we are at 62. And when you're looking for a low and everybody says, where does this come in? Well, you're at a 52-week low already. And so you go to a 5-year chart, and we were talking about this earlier today. Your 200-day on the weekly is sitting here at the 58 level. 60 areas are a big number. And then, you kind of come down into this 55 area would be your next big area all the way down to 50 if we're going to come down. So we'll keep an eye on that. All right, what else is going on? We started off this morning talking about how some of these names were extended. Walmart didn't care, put in a new all-time high today and held in very well, right? So Walmart still doesn't care. Costco also held strong as up today. Names like Pepsi, despite being extended, held well. Coke, new all-time highs as well. CL, we're seeing the safety trade still remain strong. The banks, however, capitulated today. They came in a little bit. JP Morgan, which was so strong, ugly candle there. Bank of America, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, you get the idea. The energy trade is holding up tomorrow. We're supposed to have Iran and the United States talk. I will tell you, I don't have much hope for these conversations because right now, they're both kind of just seem unhappy with each other and they're being forced to do this and they don't want to do it. That would keep names like ExxonMobil and Chevron and Devon on our radar moving forward. The SMH is today down to the 50-day. It held yesterday and held in okay. Intel tried to bounce today and has held in much better and is almost green. ARM, they didn't like the report, but they bought it all back. Qualcomm is trying to hold the lows. Avgo, ugly. They tried to push this up on the Google CapEx spend, which is good for Avgo, but they sold it back to the 200-day. NVIDIA, despite being able to sell chips into China, if they decide to, they sold that. AMD filled that lower gap here and continues to be very weak. What else? Crypto names and anything associated is getting killed. Hood, big move down to 71. We've been talking about this this head and shoulders pattern for a while. It triggered at 100. Vicious move down. I wouldn't chase, but the 65 area, the 60 to 65 area is where it might be going. Earnings next week. Coin coming in and almost to a 52-week low. I wouldn't be chasing shorts on these. BMNR, for those of you watching, the number is now over 8 billion in unrecognized losses. MSTR, who reports tonight, is sitting on something close to 3 billion now in unrecognized losses on their crypto holdings. So we're seeing a lot of problems here coming in. What else did we talk about? Let's go on to trades and stuff. Let's start off with Google. Market put flow ramping. Thank you, David. Google, this was a really good report. Like Microsoft, like Apple, even like AMD, this was a great report, but this was even better. Google is a monster. They keeps their CapEx spending to 185 million just so they can keep up with the demand for their data center and continue to push Gemini and create money off of it. One thing that makes Google special is They're not partnered with OpenAI. They do have an investment in Anthropic, but really, one of the big things about Google is they did this all themselves. They built everything AI internal, and they're reaping the rewards at the moment. So, long some Google calls. I'm out into the March. I don't know, where am I in the March 360 calls here on this? Long a couple of Apple calls. Again, I'm in small size on both of these. Apple continues to hold well, almost green today. Been trading up and down, holding a couple March calls on that one as well. I shorted Microsoft for the second day in a row. The gap is filled. I've been out of that for a while. Meta went down to the 50-day and bounced. Amazon, who reports tonight, big one there, went to the 200-day and is trying to bounce above there. Who are we forgetting? Tesla today did nothing. It's down, but it basically traded fairly tightly and is still above the 200-day and is trying to figure out what it wants to do. Palantir continues to get punished. Names like Unity still getting punished. Adobe, Oracle, right? They just don't want anything to do with these software names right now. So where does this leave us? We have one trading day left in the week. Then we have the Iran meeting with the Iran meeting tomorrow. Taking home overnight some small risk in Apple and Google and calls. I'm not buying anything yet, but getting my shopping list together. I will tell you, Meta, Apple, and Google have go-to status in tech for me. And we'll go from there. And then we'll see where we're at tomorrow. So I wish you all a wonderful night, and I'll catch you guys live in the AM, staying late with you for earnings tonight.